Greetings, welcome back. Bad news. I'm sorry, but we'll have to get through this together. It's been 2 weeks since I last played this game. Which is very funny, because I probably spent the last episode talking about how, like, wow, this is a crazy Metroid Brainia. I gotta really make sure I beat the whole thing as fast as possible while it's all fresh in my memory. And then life happened, because you don't always fully have a choice. And whoops, it's been 2 weeks already. Like, I did not at all mean to spend this amount of time off. But yeah, I finished my video essay script and I was like, this is a timing-based thing. I really gotta actually finish this. And then when I got into the production cycle of turning that script into an actual video, and that just ate up a lot of time. And then also between this game and Animal Well, there was just way more demand for Animal Well, so I ended up going back to Animal Well first and finishing that. And Animal Well, God, its post-game was so time-consuming that I ended up spending an entire day making one video's worth of content. So that was an experience. Juggling multiple puzzle games definitely has been a bit of a ride. It's rough that they happened to come out around the same time, because I was trying to cover them as newly released games. But anyway, deeply sorry if I've just suddenly forgotten stuff that should seem obvious, because that's always that was always in the cards anyway, but it's part of the experience of people potentially binging a series months later when it's all finished. And for them, all these episodes happen back to back, but for me, there's time jumps and all these chances to forget things and lose track. But anyway, well, I don't fully have everything memorized, or don't really have my my mental stack still maintained of which things I was looking to get to next. I did notice that I have the W-shaped key in my inventory, which I'm pretty sure went to this door, if I remember correctly. I forgot about how weird the controls are in this game, because there's only one button. All the buttons are one button. So I'm pretty sure the W-shaped key went here, and that's somewhere where I haven't been to before, so at least I have a thing to start on. And then when I walked in, I wasn't recording, sorry, but the screen flashed slightly, like distorted. And I think that was the game announcing the fact that there is now the blood or whatever on the ground that probably wasn't there before, which I think is also the game reinforcing the idea that you can suddenly do something here because you have the key. So let's see about that. Oops. Does the east key work here? Oops, did I misremember my entire premise? And I now need to redo this entire start... Oh, the dead woman's key. Okay, so I'm correctly remembered that a while ago that I made the mental note that I had the key to this door, and then I just kept juggling all the other things that I could do and didn't get to that. And then I was wrong about why I could open this door, but I did correctly remember that I at least can open this door. So at least that's there. Where did she fall from? Yeah, it's probably that. That looks like a problem. Oop. That wasn't happening before, was it? I don't think that's ever happened before. I remember that, like, it's... Looking at only the most basic materials about this game while you're even trying to install it, there's a definite hint that your eyes are going to do something at some point. But... I don't think... I think it just started happening here. Like, this... Is it tied to this room's weirdness? Like, the fact that I'm seeing something that looks like a reality break from here, basically? Oh? Uh-huh. That does seem like it would be the old lady that's in bed in the other room, right? Should I check the room first? Can't even look at it. So this man in the painting who looks like he's floating slightly has a maze for a face. Woman on the other side. I do not know the truth. I do not know if my earliest memory is mine. I remember when I was a little girl, my father started the construction of a red maze. I looked for it in our garden, but it was nowhere to be found. I came to accept that the structure did not exist in a natural way. Behind a mask, I secretly watched him work in my dreams. Then one night, I heard sobs. My father was crying. His eyes were red. The maze was finished. Inside, he had witnessed something dreadful. My father did not want for me to see it. He shattered his maze into 9 parts and threw them out a window. My father changed. In his eyes, there was no joy to be found. Only fear. I was not allowed outside. Art was my only companion. I was left to play in the worlds I painted. Do you see the same maze as I? Uh-huh. Of all the times I could have taken a long break, I might have chosen the perfect time, because I did have this like, overriding feeling in this game where I was like, one, this game's fucking cool, and I'm so excited to see where it's gonna go, and how the puzzles are gonna evolve, and what the setting's gonna do, and what its visuals are gonna do. But two, I had this feeling that the game hadn't started yet. Still, despite being 6 hours in. Partly because my last episode was mostly the strange series of digressions into all these weird little video games, but like there was this sense that like clearly something is going to happen here, and nothing really had. We met the old lady, and we met the guy that invited us here, and then I kind of just wandered around opening doors, and we spent a lot of time having fun with that. But it does feel like I just picked this game up for 5 minutes and immediately the plot started doing something wild. So that's funny to me. You can see there's a 2D image of an estate in the background. A white complete pillar and a black destroyed pillar. What dreadful consequences have led you to the red maze? Wandering here is a lonesome destiny. My quest to find the center has lasted over a century. Pretty quickly, because this game's anachronistic and doing something weird and has different years, like all the doors are years and you hop between eras and so on, I quickly came to the conclusion, or the hypothesis I guess, that we might be the old lady, just a different version of her at a different time. So now there's a little girl and an old lady. I'm like, I'm even more convinced that these other characters are just me at different eras. Because of the time stuff that seems to be implied by the doors, even though we haven't fully even like spent time with time travel yet, I think. If that even happens, that just feels like what's going to happen with the weird like doors that are the same years as the years coming up in the story. And the first puzzle being about knowing what year it is, despite that year not seeming to make sense with the technology. Further indicating that it's almost like we're role-playing that it's this year, or we're going back to remember that it's this year. Akin to like how in the PS2 cult hit game with the children's, the girls' orphanage. I forgot what it's called just now, shit. I can't think of what it's called right now off the top of my head. I covered it on this channel like 2 years ago with Stephanie. Like in that game, you spend the whole game with everybody interact. All these little girls are interacting with you like you're their peer, but you, the protagonist, is just clearly too old for that to be the case, and like but that like dissonance is the point because of what's going on in the narrative. My quest to find the center has lasted for over a century. You must have wandered these broken trails a long time ago too. A long time too. Time has come for you to find the center. Perhaps it would finally set us free after all these years. Speak to us at any age should you wish to return. Uh-huh. At any age. Uh-huh. Only a small portion of the inscription is legible. Maze, man of the maze, guardian of past scripts. This game has such strong Suda51 vibes with its visuals, except Suda51 games don't usually feel like they're trying to be clever. They feel like they're a rejection of the idea of being clever. Although I haven't played the adventure game, or the visual novels. Every stone ahead. With a glass sibling in the mirror. A brother leaves. A sister shatters. Each a key to the past. Yeah, this is a maze. Okay, can I look at the north thingy? Nope. The maze slab. Take the slab? Okay. Oh! Okay. So the door outside had a maze with 9 slabs making up its size. Northwest. So I guess every chunk of this map has another slab in it, and then if you talk to her then you can leave. And I might need all of them, but I'm guessing that it gets really hard to tell what the fuck you're doing the moment you grab more than a few of them. Weird open spot. There's the south one. Oh, there's symbols in the middle. Oh god, there's a staircase in the southeast that goes deeper. It seems that the stone slabs we're seeing of the maze themselves match the maze. Like they are the same layout as the current piece of the maze that I'm in. And there's no way to go north from the east side. So you can only reach the northeast from... Oop. Let's just go get the dollars for now. You can only reach the northeast from the north. All right. Let's get the journal. Upside down L looking shape. Then like Omega or something. And then a pitchfork. I really should start memorizing what these what these things are. Even with that one, I'm never entirely sure, like, is it Omega or is it Sigma? Like, I never fully remember. It doesn't help that there's like a lowercase and uppercase version of most of those, of all those letters, which makes it even harder to remember what they are. So I can grab all the... I can try to grab all the maze chunks. But I can also try going downstairs. And like, I don't know if I can repair the maze once I take them, especially if I go put them somewhere else. So let's maybe explore as best we can first. Or else. Okay. A bunch of the tiles are mazes, but they look like they all match each other. They might even match the part of the maze that's above me right now. Oh. Oh, does it stay up? I guess when I go to that one hole now there's a chest. But there's like another side to this place. Was there another staircase? Right, 'cause I still need to check out the top right. Oh, we can only get this slab from outside of its own square. That's interesting to realize. This is where you get the center square. So this side did not turn out to have an entrance to underground. I don't know, maybe we'll see how well I can do this. Oh my god, that piece of the broken map is mirrored. Oh, it only breaks the piece of the map that you're currently in. I thought it was gonna break the whole screen and then get progressively worse every single time you grab another one. Instead, this isn't very bad at all. Yeah, okay. This is not the end of the world. Alright, so I will now have gotten the 4 on the top right. They're all kind of clustered together strangely in just one little piece as far as how you access them. But now I want to like rotate around the outside counterclockwise. And then I will have every maze slab. It's not the worst navigation. It usually doesn't even really mirror. It's more that you just kind of wander to other parts of the screen and realize, oh, I'm over here now. I'm on this part of the maze now. Okay, I thought the distortion was gonna be way harder to actually deal with. So I was trying to maximize my exploration beforehand. I mean, this is rough a little bit. It would be hard to feel like you have thoroughly explored a map when you have to look at it like that. Does he be like, have I seen it all? I don't know. Right, these would be items. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That should be all 9 pieces of the maze. Okay. This is, in fact, harder than before. Most of the screens that I see, my controls are inverted. Maybe just change screens. I didn't memorize exactly where the lady was and just didn't seem to be able to find her again. But this one's by the middle, up here. Oh, which you don't get the... Oh my god. Okay, well, if I put the slab back, I'll briefly get to see how to get around here. Oh, it's because she's from the other screen. Okay, it is admittedly hard to find my way back to the lady so I can leave. Because she's supposed to teleport me out or something. I must warn you before you return. When you pass through to my side, something passed through to your side. 9 terrible selves now roam the black and white hallways. Progress with caution. Moments not saved will be lost to time. Did you just reference the Wii menu? Oh, the creature... The maze man from the painting is gone. Leaving a smear. There's so many Ilumilos. Well. Oh. Dollar! Yeah, this toy block. I can read all those letters. Ah, A, B, C, D, E, F toy block. Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Start talking backwards. Y'all better be real careful before I go full Twin Peaks on your asses. You know not with whomst you fuck. The piece of the piece at Electronic Art Symposium, Cafe, Photo Exhibition, Aunt, Mother, Father, Sculpture Project, Telex name, Delphine's Band. Okay, you cannot type things in. Okay, there's no... Oh yeah, Yezaus. The same letters from the thing, huh? Okay, I don't think you can put a space in, so let's just try maze, not red maze. Nope. I think everything we put in has to be related to what she was saying earlier. Huh. Yeah, that seems to match the maze. So that's the red maze. Are those spots just the locations of the slabs? It looks like it. So maybe that's not a super important piece of information anymore. I think I can't interact with the door either. So I'm not currently super sure on what I'm supposed to do with the maze. Yes. Did you find my lost pages? Slide them under the door. Nah, I got a children's block. A, B, C, D, E, F toy block. Found stacked at the top of a dollhouse in the nursery. Each side of the block has carved alphabetic character. There's a tiny carving at the bottom which reads BTT. It's like that this block was manufactured by Bertel Treimkanik, a northern European company which was active during the greater part of the 1800s to 1900s. The company produced various mechanical wooden items such as novelty locks, puzzles, and toys. This block is a rarity among Bertel trademark's output, as the company usually specialized in items with religious motifs. The company went bankrupt after its involvement in the spectral information scandal. After its involvement in the spectral information scandal became publicly known. The spectral information scandal. Okay, this one does not stand out, apparently. It doesn't have a different description. The maze slabs. Found on a pedestal in a maze, despite its stone-like appearance, its surface feels magnetic, numb, and unnatural. It vibrates very slightly and gives off a constant, faint, hissing sound, vaguely reminiscent of a whisper. NE is chiseled on the back. From its unusual attributes, it is safe to assume that this is an illusion object, an item created from spectral information. These types of items exist between several realities. Interacting with them can lead to unexpected consequences in parallel worlds. Maze-related illusion objects are known to be linked with the window-related illusion objects. Window and maze are related? Maybe something changed about the maze outside? Well, that was weird, that flicker. Oh! There he is. What do I do with this? puppy. Who's a good boy? Are you running around outside because it's scary in there? Have you seen the creatures? Do you know of their ways? For I am spooked and unkempt. Do you think he's done? You know what? Kiss me. Oh. That's a gun. We have a few details that we cannot seem to get right. Please try to remember, Fraulein. I was warned that if somebody has a gun, that they will shoot me if I have the wrong answer. As if forgotten by time, motion has turned to stone here. Is this how it is remembered? Observe it carefully. Fate is in the details. He knows and sees both the substantial and the insignificant. Do not take his query lightly. Your survival lies in your response. Paint this scene in your memory and take action when ready to return to inquiry. Paint the scene in memory? There's 2 chairs, there's 4 blocks, 1 block is on the table. There's a drawing of a house in red, a mug, 5 white pieces, 3 black pieces. I don't think that's a checkmate. A man and a woman. The woman looks like it's just me. With a supercomputer that says welcome. Initiating, please stand by. Is he celebrating or is he upset? Lamp. There's a block and a hat in the closet or next room. I don't know what's gonna happen. Ah! Do you remember? Very well. What the fuck is gonna happen? What was drawn on the drawing pad? The house. This matches our information, Fraulein. Interior, hotel. The basement. Day. The light bulbs in the ceiling blink. A garish room designed for sticking hotel guests' children in. Now the OCU-3 computer takes up at least a quarter of it. A few boxes of toys, a couple of board games, and a pool table are crammed in on the other side. The man holds the door for the woman. I told the movers that they were carrying the rising sun of cinematic magic on their shoulders, so she should be in one piece. But best to make sure, Signorina. Oh, we know who that is then. The woman smiles and flicks the switch on the computer. They look nervously at the OCU-3 humming. Is she dead? It takes a little time. Finally, the computer blinks and makes noises as it boots. Let there be light. The man holds his arms up like a priest in mass. When the hotel is open, the children play in here. But you won't be disturbed by them, Signorina. Or anyone else, for that matter. We have the whole hotel to ourselves. The OCU-3 monitor fires up and displays the word welcome in red letters. It is you who is welcome, technological creature. What a relief. Now, Signorina, I have work that needs attending. We are not completely free of the monetary system yet. The man hurries to the door. He stops on his way out and nervously looks around. I am not sure I'm allowed to tell you this. I wrote this script in an elevated state of being. You were inspired? Something else. I created and was in turn created. Jokingly playing along. I see. This project is the fish that will drink the proverbial pond. At last, dance at the edge of the collective understanding. I'm glad you are part of it. I'm glad to be here. The man disappears. The woman enters a prompt on the keyboard, writing out system diagnostics from the printer. Suddenly, the lights go out and the OCU-3 is the sole source of illumination. The woman turns around. By the door stands a stranger, a man wearing a cape and a top hat. The magician. He covers his eyes with his right hand. Then, ceremoniously, he raises his left hand and shows 3 fingers. The lights come back. He's gone. Okay. So our cast remains very small, whenever we're still the same characters we already know. It seems to be further implying that anything, that the story, or what's happening, or the rules, or something, are being written by the man that keeps calling me Signorina over and over again. And he's currently typing and he wants me to find and gather his pages. We're trying to find some pages to bring him as well. Oh, that's one of the ones to hand him, I guess. Okay. I seemed very much endangered. But the test wasn't super hard this time. And we got the thing that I'm trying to give this guy. Should always save periodically. Yes. Do you have my pages? Just slide them under the door. It occurs to me I should probably check. Appeared after an otherworldly encounter with the Maze Man. Machine typed. Despite its paper-like appearance, it weighs several kilograms. Oh? An apparition like the Maze Man, which disconnects with disconnected traits, such as a human body and an object-based head, often has an allegorical essence, and tend to present a cerebral challenge. If defeated in such a challenge, beings like these tend to reward its defeater with something of great personal relevance. The reward might have similarly disconnected traits. In this case, the appearance of somewhat light, such as a feather of paper, but the physical characteristic something much heavier. This is often allegorical, and can be assumed that the object has information of considerable emotional value stored within it. It's heavy because it's because it's metaphorically heavy, it's literally heavy. That was all phrased out. That was all spelled out as if this is a normal thing in this setting that just happens all the time. Yeah, the Maze Man loves to give you rewards if you survive his challenge. Thank you, Signorina. That's it? I guess that's it. Might as well save. That takes us to 38.4%. All right. Some of the toy blocks fell out of the window. It's not even like an objective. Everything else is like, unlock the maze. Find the center of the maze. Unlock the shortcut. Some of the blocks fell over. Actually, that's a good point, though. They fell outside. Just, it's not phrased like retrieve the blocks from outside. It's just like blocks fall over. All right, but the backyard is confusingly upstairs. That throws me. Is this the payoff to the idea of this hole being open this whole time? Some of the blocks fell in the drain. Yeah. Uh-huh. So the last of the blocks are in the basement, but the basement is the part of the house we can't get to. I'm somewhat amused by the fact that this level's full of Illuminilo things, because it's a puzzle game, and I was also playing Animal Well, and in Animal Well you can hold down a button to turn into the character from Fez. So all these puzzle games referencing each other. This one might be Lineage. Okay, there's 4 cables going out to other locations, and you put the 4 things in these guys. So those must open the 4 doors. Let's see. My struggle is I still don't know how to access the rest of the ground floor, or the basement. $19.62, so we shouldn't have the key to this one. This is the east side of the house, right? At least based on our camera angle it is, but... This one has the Roman numeral lock. I don't know if we have any context for that, because it's just a door. Nothing really saying what it would be. And that's like our primary way to go further in. Most of these doors are dead ends. And then this staircase goes deeper down and also dead ends. Okay, so the Roman numeral door in the basement is the only door in the basement that would currently let me go deeper. Alright, it's been weeks. Can I better perceive Chiari? Game testers note. Wait, does it have the error code? Oh. I think that was the Konami code, basically. You press those numbers in that order. This is the part where I just have to apologize for the fact that I don't know where the document is that's about the maps. Headers and inscriptions. Isn't that the one I tried a minute ago? Those are interesting things on the doors. So those are that's highlighting the idea. I guess that must be the clue of how to open the door, is what's on the front of the door. And all of these are recorded here. In the future, I'm made of paper. From my hat, there are cards. Oh, right, yeah, these are just the 5 symbols that were the shredded posters, and I already wrote down what all of them are. I remember that. And the last script page is the part we already read in its full entirety, yep. These are the boxes of the games, which could be relevant. Somehow. Hard to say. A cartography one, isn't it? Man, I feel so dumb right now. Where the fuck is... Number puzzles. This is the other one I need to revert to constantly. Counting with Roman numerals. Yeah, clocks. Latin phrases. The Greek alphabet. Numeral. Astrology. Cards. Crystal gazing. Numerology. Occupancy. Lunar phases. Astral objects. Zodiacs. Book. Where is the document that tells me... Medical... A bunch of boxes. Where's the document I was referring to that's full of everybody's notes? Lost document tubes. No. Architect sketches. There we go. Okay, Itash. Is that the right one? There are legitimately so many fucking documents in this game. It's Chialare. 761. Yep, the north arrow indicates to rotate it left. Counterclockwise 90 degrees, which would give us 761. Expensive materials, economic construction, low priced interior. There's got to be some way to interpret the number here. It stands out so much. It seems so obvious. There's also a 4. Huh. That bottom room does look like a 4 sideways. 714? The rooms? It does weirdly stand out because there's doorways on both sides of every wall to make the numbers free floating inside. The 7 wall, the 1 wall, and the 4 wall. But they made the empty spaces look like 761. Huh. Maybe. Ah, okay. Why'd they have to make the hallways also look like numbers? There was two different numbers to interpret on the same one. I guess you just guess both? That's a little bit weird for code. Okay, so now we have the basement map. Okay, so there's an alternate entrance into the basement somewhere to the northwest. Because the door leading to that area is a shortcut, so we can't go there. The door in the middle right, we get to via a Roman numeral code, which I don't think we have info for yet. What was over here? This dead end. It's just enough chaotic surrounding environment to make you think there might be secrets hidden on the floors or something. Very strange tiles everywhere. It's like a star and a sun maybe, but no indication of what to do. And I think that one doesn't even have a code, right? It just needs a key. Why does it say 1963-2014? 1, 2, 3, 4... There's no 5, 6, no 7 or 8, 9, and then 0. I am an old woman. I'm yesterday's news. The note density is wild. 2 notes, then a blank, 4 notes, then a blank, 2 notes, then a blank, 2, 2, blank, 2. And then just a crazy build up. 2, 3, 6, 9. I don't know what this would sound like if somebody was singing those notes. You just start saying, old days news, and then like 50% of the song's notes all play while you're saying the word news. I think it's 50% of the notes. It's 18 notes just during the word news. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, there's only 14 notes before then. So it's 14 notes for the entire sentence, then just the word news gets 18 notes played during it. Nah, I keep fucking up. It's probably not that anyway. Let's see, yeah, right is high notes, left is low notes. There's no indication of where the notes are musically, so we must not be expected to interpret the notes themselves because the entire song only has 3 types of notes. There's the low note, the middle note, and the high note. And they're such huge notes that you can't even interpret, like, which specific note it is. Like, they fill the entire band. Like, they're musically just a nightmare to look at. And then there's numbers, like, it could be a code, like you just count the notes. Counting the notes kind of sounds stupid, but it's not like you can play them. You don't know even if you had piano knowledge, you couldn't figure out what notes they are because they're not actually on the sheets in a way that looks like sheet music. And I used to play the piano when I was like 10, very briefly, kind of just in that era of your life where your parents just keep kind of like carting you from like hobby to hobby, trying to make you cultured or something. I don't know how common that experience is, and if it's like more common with white parents or what it was, but just now you're doing karate, now you're doing soccer, now you're doing football, now you play the piano, now you play the clarinet, just trying to just like make me do a thing, I guess. Seemingly not necessarily to like make me like well-rounded or interesting or meet people, but just to like have something for my like because it's like there's this vague idea that I should have stuff probably for my like my I was gonna say my resume, that's not the right term for it, my like college it's not recommendation letters, college application, I guess. I don't know. My record. I'm trying to think of what to even call it. I haven't thought about this in so long. I don't remember what the term is. I don't think it's resume, but it's functionally the same thing as a resume. It's just that resumes are more tied to your employment history, and this is more like, hey, here's why I'm be good for college. I don't know. Things worked out. Things worked out in that I got multiple grants and scholarships because of test scores, and things did not work out in that I changed majors midway through from computer science to geology, and I've also just not used my geology major because I'm a YouTuber now, so that was all a waste of time. But at least I didn't end up in debt, which is a blessing compared to everyone else that I've met. Alright, so I guess we'll just count the notes. So 2, 0, 4, 0, 2, 0, 2, 2, 0, 2, 3, 6, 9. Yep, okay. Cutscene's happening. Such a beautiful voice of such a beautiful piece. Wonderful, Signorina. It's supposed to be my voice then? They made a whole Laser Eyes song, huh? So the sheet music definitely was just nonsense, because, like, it did not feature any chords at all. There was no press multiple keys at the same time pieces of the music, and there was also no escalation on the word old news, let alone how little sheet music there was compared to how much song there was and so on. It's just a real goofy little puzzle moment. Sometimes Music lingers in the room, almost like magic. The reddest rose. Just for you, Signorina. In the absence of cuckoos, I must be the singer. It's time to return to the project. Well done, Signorina. Uh-huh. Yams! That feels like a coincidence, but I'm not sure. Yams! Given by a man after playing the piano, the flower is in bloom and has a pleasant smell. The rose is of the Andenken rose variety, which was first cultivated in northern Germany in the 19th century. A single red rose often has romantic connotations, but the Andenken has long been a favorite among stage performers. It is traditionally associated with the love of art, rather than romance. This particular rose was handed over in an act of magic, which suggests that the flower is not what it appears to be. Then what is it really? And where do I spend? And I've got 2 of the cards. Still inspectable, which might suggest that you can do something else later. Or maybe it's just so you can reinitiate that sequence whenever you want. The dead girl. Could be her name? Some kind of clue about the dead girl. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's somehow... There's 10 things on that. Don't know what to do with that information. 39%. 19th century. Okay, so the rose does not refer to a specific year that one of the doors refers to. Spade? Can I open it with the spade? Ace of spades? No. But apparently I had not previously added the spades door to my to-do list. I don't have a diamond, I only have the heart and the spade. There are multiple doors that match suit faces. Nope, not the east key. So at some point there's a way to get into the cafe. Which seems like it'd be tied to one of her answers. Is there a way to extrapolate a code from the lady's body? $1847? Have I used 1847 somewhere already? I doubt that that just, like, suddenly appeared. So I've probably known it. So I've probably used 1847 already. Red glass shards surround her. But I also don't think I can extrapolate a code from the red shards. The year is 1982. You will wander the paths of that primordial cave. The sequence. Right, because this is the thing that feels like it's some kind of combination that I have to type in. At this point, you see. Nothing, you dumb. It looks like there's blood on the floor inside the maze. And all the shortcuts outside are, of course, unusable for now. Oh, there's apparently an American dollar crumpled under the hammer in the corner. Okay. Oddly sneaky. Cube-shaped hole in the crucifix, like a toy block. It lets me put these in. Oh god, it is these. Pestilentia. What? It's not pestilence? It's not spelled that way? I didn't see what it said. Mulge. Is it famine? Famine. How do you spell this word? It all looks like I need to spell it with part of a word. Morse. This one's M or S, right? Contradictions are bad, or don't match my beliefs. Pestilentia, bellum, fames, mors. So bellum, but backwards. So it's B, but backwards. Put it in both ways, right? It looks like I need the letter L. Capital letter L backwards would finish the word fames. And I think that's on the block I don't have. Which makes sense, because there's 5 blocks for 5 spots. But I don't know what goes here. I guess, oh, it's a Y, right? Because it's not, that's not a cross. Looks like the letter Y. Okay, this one actually stayed in, and I got a key. Was part of a crucifix on the altar in the chapel. A layer of dirt and rust has been scrubbed off and reveals a shinier surface below, with an engraving reading 3. Crucifix-shaped keys of this size were common for sacred places like cemeteries in the 1500s to 1800s. This key is at least 200 to 300 years old. The engraving is the Roman numeral 3, which could either represent the Holy Trinity or be an allusion to the third eye, which is often confused with the Eye of Providence, even though their meanings differ wildly. A layer of dust and rust has been scraped off and reveals a shinier surface below with an engraving 3. So somewhere in this game, the number 3 comes up and we can use this key. Well, don't know what to do with that. If I've activated the cross, do these work now? Bellum. I keep forgetting to actually read it because it just feels intuitive that you'd be able to see them in the process. I wonder if I'm being punished for the fact that it doesn't match like the font. It's an M. Look at the pestilentia. You have to find the M. It's not an E. It has to match the shape. Still doesn't look the same. I guess it's a W. Do I have the W? Yes. Okay. Then that's one of the metals. Okay, so it has to match the weird font. This one's a... No, it's still a B. It's Bellum, right? I don't know how I'm gonna get that one, because it looks like a weird font. Even for a second there, I was like, upside down, like the letter P? And I'm like, no. Literally wrong type of thing. This looks like it's gotta be a capital L. Which I don't think is even an option. A, B, C, D, E, F, P, N, M, N, O, P, Q, R. I'm confused by B because, like, B backwards. I could just make the B backwards to make the B backwards, right? But I guess it doesn't look like the font, but I don't think any other letter looks like the font. I don't know why Moors doesn't work. Oh, is it because in this kind of font... Moors, it's that kind of font, right? So it's the E. Okay. What am I missing then? Unless there's other blocks? There is one more block in that one fell down the drain, but I should be able to solve one of these. And it'd be the MNOPQR. MNOPQR. I think this is just a capital L, right? It could be a P, like I hypothesized for a second, because that would be a lowercase b. I think I more or less had this thought and then blanked for a second. I'm like, no, but the B doesn't look like that. But yeah, lowercase b looks like a P. Okay. Because I was going to say, like, I have all these blocks. They must do something. And this, I found where they are. Let's not let this pass. Okay, so now I have 3 of the things that open up the pieces of the maze. So now I need to find one more block, which is in the basement where I can't reach yet, and then I need to find all of the statues that the wires go to, one of which is thankfully at least here. So where's this cable go? It's the leftmost cable, which means it's the scythe. Tell me I have one so I can solve one of them. The Moors coin, that's probably it. Really quick though, I should actually look at these. Moors coin. The front depicts a trotting horse, crossed by a scythe. Ornate letters read Moors, or on the back is an engraving of a key between a plus and a minus sign, and below it, the words electromagnetischer Schlüssel. Masquerading as a coin or medallion, this is in fact a key which uses electromagnetism to unlock a mechanism in a larger construction. Electromagnetic coin keys with biblical iconography and Latin phrases are commonly used as keys in government institutions in the USA. Are they? They are always produced in even numbers, which makes it likely that this coin is part of a larger set. I don't know, I just walked up to the door like that's what I'm gonna do. I assume these don't say anything else. Let's see. They're always produced in even numbers. How you doing, buddy? What'd you give me? Okay. I'll set it to 1. Because it might be the combination that was written here on the floor. 1847, but it might not be. Either way, I have not opened shit. Which is rough. I was definitely hoping to gain access to something that gives me more mechanics and things to play with for puzzles, so I have more to play with. But instead it just gave me the ability to put in a number. So I need all 4 of these solved before I can do anything. 2 of the things I'm looking for are downstairs, and one of them is upstairs. Okay, so according to this map, I do have access to the horse up there. I should be able to get there by going to the back of the library and climbing upstairs. Really should have double-checked the wire first. Okay, guess I got it right. Because it opened it. I was like, oh fuck, I only have a 1 in 3 chance of being right, and I only have a 2 in 3 chance of even having the right token for the horse. So I grew with concerned. One of them could be behind this one. Let's check the map. Eventually it's behind the... Yeah, they're both down here. One of them is past here. The basement lounge. That doesn't give me anything to go on number-wise. Ta-da! M is biggest. So I think I did MCLXV, right? Yeah. There's a lock that can fit in here. Can I just have more of a clue? I get really nervous about all the doors that just have a place to put in a code, but there's not like a symbol. Like at least this one has stars. And I guess it's going to be a key, so ultimately I just need to find the right key and it'll let me in. But ones like that, or it's just like, I don't know, man, here's a code, figure it out. I'm like, what do you want from me? Because keys don't scare me. Keys, I'm like, okay, that just means that it's somewhere and I need to find it. And when I find it, I'll know where to take it, probably. Because it's like, this room smells like coffee. It's probably the coffee key. But some of these other examples, I'm just like, if I even find a code, how will I know what it's for? And like, what, do I go through all my documents looking for a Roman numeral? Just like, oh, this is the important Roman numeral, unlike all the other Roman numerals that weren't. So there's a dead lady. It could be her name. Some of these are just symbols. There's no M, so it's not like Kim or anything. It's probably just a nonsense code. Yeah, what is the dead woman's code? She just has some broken pieces of glass around her. I already used the dead woman's key. 2014 key, west, east, crucifix key. This room is 1973. 1960. So down there is where the chapel is, but the chapel doesn't have any locked doors. The crucifix is used somewhere else. That is not the chapel. Diamond door. Spades door. So 2014, right? That's one of the numbers that keeps coming up. 2014, 1840 something, 1960 something. Did I solve this already? Bug report 1, and this is not letters. Except these upside down. A 4 upside down is an H. Right? I don't think I've solved this yet. So let's, Roman numerals. 1,000, so 500. That's the weird one, is the D. Just to be sure, 2014, right? 2010, 2014, yes. Okay, so that's going to be an H, because a 4 upside down is an H. 1,000, 1,500, 1,800, 1850 minus 10, so 1840. 1847. 7 upside down is an L. 1,000, 2,000 minus 100, so 1,900, 1950, 1963. Three upside down is kind of an E. H L E. Bye. 1,500, 1,800, 1847. L. Yeah. HLE. I just realized I technically hadn't hit caps. No, that wasn't the answer. Ah, the H is lowercase, though, to make it look like a 4. H, then capital L, E. Ah, case sensitive. I wrote them all as capital letters because I wasn't thinking about that. But yeah, a 4 upside down is a lowercase h, so you have to not press caps yet, then press caps later. Bug report 1. Lorelei and the laser eyes. Forest prototype. Hardware. Laser eye. This is a bug report for the game I played earlier that looks like a PS1 game. Forest issue 1. Gamma. Item description. Trying to walk past the sign by the boulder in the direction the sign is pointing triggers an unavailable animation and sets the player character transform incorrectly, repeatedly triggering. This bug will eventually result in a software crash. Ooh. Forest issue Delta. Standing by the magician and repeatedly spinning around on the spot will set the magician's transform incorrectly. Trying to interact with this magician will make the software crash. Theta. Suspending the game when close to the lonely grave will result in the software starting in a corrupt data test when resuming. Interacting with grave 1847 crashes the software. Grave 1847. It's the same dates come up a bunch. So 1 is just keep causing the T-pose to happen at the beginning and it'll crash. Next, keep spinning by the magician and talk to him and it'll crash. Then, let's see. Go to the lonely grave and suspend the game. That sounds like the important one that actually does something. I feel like I should try to make the crashes happen in case they matter. Why can't I go this way? I never interacted with this door before. 1953. Oh, it's 1953, not 63. I guess the angle of the door makes it look like it's open. So I thought I keep thinking I came out of that door when I appear around here. When I guess that's obviously not the case, is it? This game is fun to poke at. I'm also always worried that I'm about to run out of things to do and get lost and get, like, just kind of flounder in front of everyone and feel sad that I'm not making progress and then maybe edit stuff and then maybe have to edit the video to be like, sorry guys, didn't find anything for 30 minutes. As puzzle games often do. Where you just get stuck and can't find what to do for a long time. But then I keep finding more. Was that chandelier always moving and wobbling? I forgot that it had tank controls. Oh. Software failure. The software sent an invalid request to memory address E35. The software has been stopped to prevent damage to development hardware. Okay. Writing down E35 in case that matters. Drop my controller slightly. Okay. So gamma, delta, theta. Giving myself a little table. Because it might matter what each error code is from each bug. It's very funny to me that I apparently activated that bug exactly enough times to not crash the game. Then walked away and did other stuff for hours. Then came back, triggered it once, and immediately did the bug that would have stood out. Like it crashed. But it took me getting a note saying to crash it. Or saying that that's how you can crash it. just to get me to do it one more time to actually cause the crash. This does lead to questions about why am I like diegetically in the video game? You okay there, man, mister? Oh, he's upside down. Oh, the camera. Oh, the camera. We can Spider-Man kiss? I can't tell if I'm facing you. Kiss. C2. Software was sent to an invalid request to memory address 5C2. The software has been stopped to prevent damage to the development hardware. Okay. So now we want to go to the Lonely Grave and suspend the game next to the Lonely Grave. Remembrance of a modest being, graceful spirit, patient soul, perseverant artist. A quiet son, tolerant man. So that's the level design. Lonely Grave's over on the opposite side. My problem is, how do I know the numbers of the graves? Grave 1847. Are there even 8 graves? Our thoughtful leader. There's only 7 graves total, so what's grave 8? This is the wrong grave. Right, that's the instruction booklet for real life, the video game, and not the video game that I'm playing in the video game. Games and scripts are included. Right, that video, the other Lorelei video game. This is a different code that means something else. What was the dog's letter again? Find the year. Oh, that was the first note. So these are also in here. Software errors are their own category. Do I have to break every mini game in a different way, or does this one keep going deeper? Just looking at my notes, seeing if they even make sense anymore. These are just phone numbers. I wrote down that there's 1847 by the body. Ace of Spades, 1963. I don't even know what that one means. I don't think I currently have a way of knowing what the graves are, so I don't think I can solve this grave 1, 8, 4, and 7. Oh, you start in a corrupt test area. Maybe they'll have numbers in the new area and not the existing map I've been in so far. Mm-hmm. Test forest underscore grave area 01. Okay, no, they're just numbered. Gotcha. Oh, this place is losing its goddamn mind. Okay. 1847. First of all, anything back here? No. Okay. 8, or 1. 8. Four. Seven. How do you even find this in testing? These are great games testers. How do you, like, who the fuck did this? Who tested this game? Why would you even do this in testing? Like, you already found the broken thing, which is that it loads you into a weird nightmare dimension that they should never be in. Why would you also then playtest how to crash the game in that? Were you just bored? I mean, I know you were bored because you were a game tester, and nobody likes being a game playtester. Like, it's novel for a bit. Like, oh, I'm gonna try to get out of the geometry, teehee. But that's like, it's only fun to be an impromptu game tester in real life when you just feel like trying to break a game for funsies. But having to actually do it for a living and for a full shift of work, just it'll make you hate video games, from what I understand. All right, same thing as always. 97B. Okay. E35 5C2 97B. I did it. What do I do with that? I successfully caused 3 crashes. I don't know what to do with those 3 crashes. I'm back here, which makes sense. You remember your way around here. Great white leaf tree. Yep, here it is. It is non-interactive. You were supposed to remember some owls here, implying that remembering the owls makes them true, which, given that it's a video game held in RAM, and how people often explain RAM and metaphor in a similar way, not totally off base, perhaps. It's jarring to go between the two control schemes and realize that I've changed between the two. Pretty sure I already did the code. It's a 3-digit code, so it could technically go into... No. The dead woman code is 3 digits, but it doesn't have numbers, I don't think. Well, this one is Roman numeral. What if it could do 1947 or something? 1947 is too complicated to put into this. Need 2000 minus 10. I think that even the shortest of the codes we were given upstairs, the Roman numerals, is like 6 digits. I actually remembered how to get back here. Wait, did I? Right. That's the body. Longer walk than I remembered. I pretty much could have just solved it by now. MMXIV. Oh, it's 2014. I forgot about 2014. That is simple because you don't have to subtract it all. There's no do this but less, the way that you keep having to do like minus 50 years or minus 10 years. That's my bad. I forgot the first number is 2014, and that's pretty easy to enter in Roman numerals. It's just after 2000. Given how much it comes up, it's worth trying. I definitely did not take the short route back, did I? Okay. Just any Roman numeral with 5 letters? I guess the fact that 2014 shows up so much, and it showed up upstairs as a Roman numeral was enough of a clue? Yeah, I guess that's a correlation. In most other contexts, it feels like a leap, but they did repeat the number a lot here and there. It's one of the 3 repeating numbers, and there is a place that specifically shows you a series of Roman numeral numbers. And then your journal, going by that little message there, which I wasn't really going by, I guess that message does even specify Roman numeral with 5 digits, which like does kind of make you think like, where's a 5-digit Roman numeral I could focus on? The clock ticks, but the hands are still. Move the hands. Okay, so there's a correct time to set this clock to. And that should get me behind here, which should be where the horse is. Yes. And the room next to me does not feature the horse. Okay. But going by the layout here, that's probably where the drain is. So the room to my left is probably where the drain is, where the other block landed. A pool table. Get to you in a minute. Let's see if the block's here. Yep. There's the L. Okay, so I know where to take the L. For my own satisfaction, let's do that, and then I will have done every horseman painting this episode, and still need to figure out how to find all of the horses. Of which I got 2, I think, and maybe it doesn't even matter which one you put in which, or maybe I did just get lucky. James. No. Oh. That's how I did it last time, right? The J. I was gonna say, like, maybe the kerning is wrong, like the little divots on the wrong side of the letter, and then I was like, but I can't flip the L because that would put it on the wrong side of the block. It's the J. Mr. J. Yeah, I should have been... yeah, the corner of the S is curved instead of pointed, I guess. Why are her eyes freaking out right now? I don't know what causes that. These are not different. I don't know what to think of her eyes freaking out like this. Do they get more aggro as I approach something, like hot and cold game? They've stopped, so maybe it is hot and cold. They react to the blood? Because this happened basically when I went in that upstairs room. And it was pretty much just right before I got attacked by the maze man, but I don't know if that was correlated, but I do feel like it stopped happening. Maybe it just has been happening near the blood. It's currently still happening. Does it happen in here? Nope. Oh, there's the maze man. I'm gonna go upstairs and save my game real quick. Because I have been threatened that he will shoot me. Okay. I guess I'm not allowed to save. Maybe it'll let me save if I go outside? Because he seems to not chase me outside, and there's a save point outside. It's just that he says he's gonna shoot me. What am I supposed to do with that information? Is there permadeath in this game? Does he delete my save? What's the consequence of being wrong when he quizzes me? Or is the game just kind of fucking with me and nothing happens? Like how I believe Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice was famous for claiming that it would delete your save if you died too many times or something, but I believe in a reality that just never actually was a feature. I think that was true. I think that was just never actually a thing it did. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Befragungsraum 2. Did it say 2 last time, or is it because this is the second time it's happening? Befragungsraum. Let's see. Let me Google that. On my phone. Very awkwardly. I don't want to interfere with the game. Befragungsraum. Interrogation room. Okay. Wasn't sure if it'd be like interrogation or debriefing or something. We have a few details that we cannot seem to get right. Please try to remember, Fraulein. Ah! He is drinking. She is abstaining? No, she already drank some? There's less in hers, so she probably already drank. He has 2 forks and 2 knives. She has 2 forks and 1 knife. There are 5 candles. She has a rose on her side. He has the drink on his side. Doggy! He's petting his dog. She's holding up 3 fingers. Doggy has red collar. I would guess that her holding up 3 fingers is the test. But we'll see, I guess. 5 candles, 3 fingers. Do you remember? Very well. How many arms did the candelabra have? I don't like this one. It had 5 candles but 4 arms, right? The middle doesn't count as an arm, does it? It's a stand. 4? I don't like the ambiguity is what I say. I don't like this one. This is inconsistent with our information, Fraulein. You got a game over. God damn it. Well, I saved, so we'll find out whether or not that kills me or not. Okay. I wish they asked me how many candles there were, because there was 5 candles, but I don't think that the middle pillar of the candelabra counts as an arm. That feels like it's that's not inaccurate terminology. I imagine that his question changes and isn't just the same one again, but it sounds like when you're wrong, you don't... I was worried what the consequences might be, but it seems like you just die. So if you just saved, you're fine. Probably. Three fingers. 5 candles. Yeah, I think nothing changed. But I bet his question does. How many knives were on the table? 3. This matches our information, Fraulein. Okay, so there is no specific thing that they will ask you because it's randomized which one should they ask you, so there's a lot of details to go on. There we go. Interior, hotel, dining hall, night. The woman studies her host in the flickering candlelight. Piano music plays from the turntable. The woman takes a deep breath. Now, the maze I'm designing, I have very little information. Yes, the maze is in a sense metaphorical. In what way? I think that is not something that should be put to words. You must find it yourself within the maze. The woman makes a frustrated face. But what is it for? The maze is for getting lost, Signorina. I could use some technical specifications. The OCU-3 is... Signorina, you must remember the unfortunate hen who won the farmer's race. Tonight, we eat and drink. They raise their glasses and drink. The woman glances at her host. You said we were alone, but I saw... Yes, Rudy. The man snaps his finger. Rudy, the black Labrador, comes running into the room and trots over to the table. The man ruffles Rudy's fur. What I like best about Labradors is their complete disregard for financial institutions. No, I saw a man. A magician. The man stops petting Rudy. Signorina, that is great news. We cannot rely on technology alone. Now, we have magic. Tell me more, please. He made this gesture. The woman covers her eyes with her right hand and raises her left hand, holding up 3 fingers. The man watches her seriously. So she's recreating the gesture that the magician made in the last one. Signorina, listen carefully. It is a greeting and a warning. I had a similar encounter years ago in the depths of Cine Terzo Studios. Art can be very, very dangerous at times. The man stares out into space. Then he snaps back and smiles. But you need not worry about the magician or his brothers. Act as if you were never there. Yet. The man runs over to the turntable and puts on a cha-cha. He turns to the woman and bows. May I? Okay. I'm guessing that just as I get progress through the game, that's just going to periodically happen at me. Maybe it might be percentage based or something. It's unclear. It might be caused by specific things too. All we know is that it's essentially the main objective is giving him his pages, and we don't actually know what exactly causes them besides just playing the game more. It's just gonna keep going.